Hi, I'm Denis, welcome back to my channel DMaker. If you haven't yet, please remember to follow me on Instagram to get to know some insights of the ongoing and future projects. Today's video is about something that we all should have at home, if we have space for it, of course. I'm talking about an outdoor pull-up rack that will allow you to do not only pull-ups, but all kinds of hanging exercises like bar muscle-ups, toes to bar, dips, or simply hanging stretches. It's also a very good add-on to your backyard and the kids will definitely love it. So let's dive into the video and I'll show you how to make one. For the posts I have used pressure treated wood with 14 cm width because I want the structure to be very solid and weather resistant. I trimmed the ends of the posts because they didn't come out square from the lumberyard. Using a marking gauge, I mark the center of the post and then I use the same measurement for the distance from the top. I found that the 1-inch pipe outside diameter is about 33.4 mm, so I use the 34 mm spade bit to drill the hole. This way the pipes will easily slide into the hole. I didn't want the holes to go all the way through the post, so I calculated that 11 cm deep should be good enough. Now to hold the pipes in place, I have to drill holes on both sides of the post so that a bolt can be attached to the pipe. And you'll see later in the video how this is done. Using a long drill bit, I make sure the holes are perfectly aligned. After drilling the first hole in the pipe, I insert the pipe in the post, attach a temporary bolt just to align the holes, and then mark the location of the second hole on the other side. Now I need to thread the holes, but since my tap is not long enough to reach both holes at the same time, I have to insert a wooden peg to be able to make a continuous thread in both holes. After making the thread, it's time to test if the connection is strong enough. Here I'm not using washers because it's just a test, but they will be used later on. After drilling the holes on the second post off camera, I align the posts together and connect the pipe between them to make sure the second hole on the pipe will be aligned with the first hole on the other end. I also mark the posts with numbers so that I know later where each post is located. It's time to mark the position of the posts outside where the rack will be installed. If you need the detailed measurements for this rack, check out the plans available in the link in the video description below. Now it's time for the hard work, which I thought in the beginning it was not going to be that hard, but wait until you see what's next. I found some pretty hard stuff, so I decided to use my small power hammer to help. As I was going through the digging process, I almost damaged an irrigation water pipe. It seems I will have to slightly change the location of the posts. I soon realized I wasn't going anywhere with a hand pickaxe or even my small power hammer, so I decided to rent a big pneumatic hammer for the day. Since the soil in my backyard is practically made of stone, this was a really hard job. And as I had to return the pneumatic hammer the next morning, I had to work during the night. After a long and hard day full of unpredictable events, the holes were finally done. To better protect the posts from the water and soil elements, I decided to apply a waterproof liquid rubber sealant to the base of the posts. This is a very thick sealant which makes it hard to apply, but it's definitely worth it. I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. After letting it dry for the night, this sealant is still a bit sticky since it's made of rubber, but it's ready to be installed. Going back outside, I start by adding a thin layer of gravel to help with water drainage under the posts, and also to be able to level the whole structure later on. I decided that it would be easier to connect the posts together before installing them in place. For this task I needed help, so my family kindly came to the rescue. After installing all the posts, it's time to check if they are plumb, and for this I use the very handy post level. I'll leave a link for this tool in the description below. Trying to level everything up, it's not an easy task, because every time you level one post, you have to check all the others again. I finally managed to get everything leveled and plumb, and before filling the holes with concrete, I nailed a few boards to the structure to hold it down so it wouldn't move with the wind. It's time to fill the holes with concrete, and I was advised to use a mix of concrete and gravel. After letting the concrete dry, I added the washers and nuts and fixed everything together. Then I take the boards out and remove the tape before applying a coat of an outdoor protective stain. In order to protect the ends of the posts, I installed some post caps, to which I'll leave a link in the description below in case you're interested. Lastly, I decide to protect the bolts and nuts with lithium grease because they are not stainless steel. Once the concrete is fully cured, which takes about 28 days, I can finally try out the rack, and to be honest, I couldn't be happier. Now I think I have no more excuses for being out of shape. One of my main concerns when doing this build was that the rack wouldn't be solid enough and would start wobbling when doing exercises like the kipping pull-up. But that is definitely not the case, since the structure is very solid and the way it's built makes it quite resistant to lateral forces. I'm sure this one is here to last, and if well taken care of, it will still be used by my grandkids. If you want to make a rack like this one, I have made plans for this build and they are available in the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below if you're into building one yourself, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can build it.